I'm glad to see and learn that the Indian Academy of Law and Management has started a skill development activities. They have introduced a course on the cyber laws and other laws which are useful for our day-to-day work, which are useful for our law students there, which are useful for many other professionals who have to deal with the law during their profession. Friends, we are in the digital economy. We deal with the cyberspace from morning to evening in a number of ways. We don't realize how many times we get to the digital space. This digital space and the internet, which constitutes the digital space and cyberspace, is a democratic kind of a medium. It's a virtual medium. We do the banking transactions, we do the railway transaction, the railway booking transactions, or many other. We pay our electricity bills, we pay our life insurance bills, we pay our credit card bills there. We do an online banking there. Every transaction happens in a virtual environment. Other than while putting the keystroke on the system, all other transactions, all other activities are in a virtual space, absolutely virtual there. This virtual environment is much different from the physical environment there. All our laws, whether it's Indian Penal Code or Code of Criminal Procedures or any other act, deals with the physical space, deals with the property. But in this virtual space, there is no physical property there. Everything is virtual. All the cyberspace is borderless, is virtual and anonymous. There is no attribution. I can open in account, mail account in name of anyone. I can send email in anybody's name to anywhere. Instantly I can send messages word over and it delivered in a matter of few seconds. That's the power of the virtual world there. It has immensely benefit to the society and it will immensely benefit in the future generation. Whole new concepts are being introduced. Cloud computing, net neutrality concept is coming up there. We are entering into the era of Internet of Things there, where the machine talks to the another machine there. Will not be any manual intervention. The whole digital world, whole digital space is becoming more and more complex and sophisticated. Now when we deal with the digital world, which has its own issues there. When I send an email to my friend in other parts of the world, what is the issue of jurisdiction? How do we decide the jurisdiction? I am traveling from Delhi to Mumbai. The train passes through so many stations there. I send a mail from one station and it goes to somewhere else. Its train is moving there. The issue of jurisdiction comes up. Then we do conduct the electronic e-commerce through the net there. And every time we sign that, we agree, we say we accept or we agree. All we sign the contract through electronic medium on internet. So there are form of electronic contract. What is the validity of those electronic contract? What is the validity, what is the evidence of those contracts there? These becomes the issues there. Because of the virtual, the issue becomes more and more complex there. How do we validate how the legal validity of the transactions on the internet or the cyberspace, how long, how they are valid there? These are the big issues which had resulted into the cyber laws there. IPR, intellectual property right there, consumer right. I can buy an item from Amazon situated in the world. The item is delivered to me. Yes, taxes is paid when the item is delivered physically to there. But then there is a contract there. There is a one country, there is another country. Contract happens through two different jurisdictions there. The physical laws which we have that may or may not be applicable to such situations there. We require the laws which should remain prevalent or which are valid in the digital world. It must take into account the validity of the validity of the evidence which are created in the electronic media. The electronic contract should be valid. We should be able to forensically produce the evidence in the court of law and convince them. Therefore, the cyber laws is required, and we brought the Information Technology Act in the year 2000. That was the first attempt to legalize the validity of the electronic record in the legal parlor there. That was the first attempt was made. Thereafter, we brought amendments to the said Act, Information Technology Act 2008, and these two together form the today, which is the Information Technology Act. This the cyber laws which are valid there. There are more issues there. While the IT Act does not deal with all the issues there, the technology is moving quite fast, innovations are taking place. It is very difficult to comprehend what is the impact of this technology on the issues which are arising on day-to-day basis in our society there. IPR, though the Intellectual Property Right Act is there, the Copyright Act is there, but the issues are changing, issues are coming up. The impact of those, the technology innovation is felt after the acts are introduced, after some time when it comes to the practice. Here, the technology is created first, usage is done subsequently, and the legal thing comes thereafter there. So it's a kind of a circle which we need to address through the cyber laws, and the knowledge of cyber laws is far more important today because it permeates into our life on a day-to-day basis. We should know what our rights in the cyber world, how do we address our legal issues in the cyber world, how do we address our issues in the virtual world there. So the knowledge and the study of cyber laws is today becoming important, and as the time proceeds, this cyberspace and the legal knowledge will become part and parcel of our daily life. I am glad that the ILM has developed a course material covering different aspects of the cyber laws and information technology laws. It covers a wide variety of issues, and they are the practical issues which we deal on in our common life or day-to-day life, and the common citizens also. I have gone through the course curriculum, the different modules there, and I am of the firm opinion that these course modules will immensely help not only the people who are practicing the legal profession, but also a normal citizens who deals with the cyberspace regularly, or those people in the corporate people who draws a contract, who implement the contract, who enforce the legal contract through the electronic means. I wish ILM a great success, and my all best wishes are with them.